Hey guys, Linda Bomba here from lindabomba.net, coming to you from my home office outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're searching for how to meet people on social media. I'm doing this short training. I'm going to show you some ways on some just different social media platforms that you can meet people. And I'll start here with Facebook. I am on my profile, and you do want to have a business page and a profile because your profile will give you access that you can get into some different Facebook groups. And what you can do is there's this graph search up here. You can search by your niche, and let's just say you're in the weight loss niche. And you can see here, if you click on groups, there's tons of different groups that you can join in your niche. Now you can, all you have to do is click request join to join one of these groups. And that you can get into them. And what you want to do is, let me go into a group I belong into so I can show you this. You can go into these groups. You can look for if there's any kind. Now, a lot of these groups, people are just spamming their links. But what I usually like to do is I like to go and see if there's any kind of threads in here where there's engagement, that you can comment on them and like them. And it's a great way to meet people. And some of the best groups to do that for are like, now this is a group I belong to. Now there's not people in this is not a group where you go and you post your link. And these are some of the best groups to meet somebody. And if there's somebody like, just come in here, on a post, comment, like it, interact. If you're in a group like this, say with a program, or say you're taking a course, or maybe there's a tool you're using, what I like to do is, let me show you one of these. This is a group I belong to, and to see if there's, one of the best ways I found to use these groups, you're not spamming or anything, is, now let's see, this guy had a question here. And if I know the answer, I'll come in and you can comment on it. You can try to answer the person's question. And what I normally do is, let me find one where I can do that. I usually like to tag the person, and I will do what I can to answer the person's question. Like now here, he put a question in, is can anyone share with me the total amount that it'll cost me to get fully set up with the 4% group from being a pro member, funnel builder. And then if I know the answer to somebody's thing, I would just tag that person and answer them. It's a great way to start building relationships. And if you don't know an answer, then don't. But I go through, I'm in a lot of groups, and these groups actually over here, these are not groups that, they're not for, these are more for engaging. You don't want to come in here and this kind of group and be spamming your links around. But I'll just, I just make a point every day to come in here, look and see who's commenting, and if I can answer the person's question, I do that. And that's a great way to use these groups. Now, another thing, before I go on to another platform, and again, go into your niche. Now, Eric Worre is in my niche. He has a fan page. If you don't know Eric Worre, he is probably like the biggest name in the home-based business space. You can see here, he's got over 1 million people following him. But if I come here on his page, he's got tons of engagement on his post. You can see here there's 423 likes on this. You can see there's 63 shares. There's people coming. I'll go through a thread on here and look to see if there's something I can comment back to somebody, and reply and tag the person. If you're not friends with somebody, if you're following them, you can tag them if you put the little @ sign in front of it. I'm just seeing, and just don't go, you just don't want to go in here and, like what I was saying about the other groups, if you don't know the answer to the question. But if there's something here and you can comment and do it on, especially on a page like this where there's so much engagement, you're going to be standing and people start noticing you. And it's another great way, using Facebook to meet people. So this is a couple of things you can do on Facebook. Now I'm going to go over to LinkedIn. Now, if you're not on LinkedIn, a lot of people think LinkedIn is just for jobs. It's not. And actually, I've had a profile on here actually for quite a while. When I was still looking for, when I lost, actually, my first job I lost in 2011. I went to a workshop and I really did my profile, and actually now I'm working full time doing this. But this is another great it's social media site. Some people don't think LinkedIn is, but it is. But there is, if you come up here and interest, now you can search here too. If you wanted to put, well, let me just see what would come in here. You can see here now you'll get a bunch of different hits, but there's a bunch of groups in here too. You can search by your niche. Now I belong to some, and you can, list out here your groups. You can create your own group if you want, but you can search here in your niche for groups that you can join and do basically the same thing. Like this is a social media group. You can post stuff in here. I wouldn't encourage you to post your business links, but I usually syndicate my blog post out every day over here. But you can, post a blog post, an article, a comment, in a group that's your niche, that's people that you're wanting, and come in here and do that and post things. That is one way to use LinkedIn to meet people. Now, you can see here now I'm getting some messages from people that connected with me. You'll get notifications of people looking at your profile. Now here, this is pending invitations. And I'll look at these and decide whether I want to accept them. You can search for people in your niche and make it, if you want to connect with them. And I'm just trying to see now. I don't know him, and just say if I wanted to connect with him, all I would have to do is send a connect thing, and then LinkedIn will send a message on your behalf saying, I'd like to connect, I'd like to join your network. You can start engaging with some of these people and talking to them. So LinkedIn is another way to meet people. Now, the last one I'm going to show you is Google. Now, you have to have a YouTube. You always have to have a YouTube and a Google account attached together. If I come over here, now Google also has, they're not called groups, they're called communities. And if I come over here, go to Google, and Google is another site. I syndicate my blog post out every day. And come over here to communities, and I belong to a bunch of, you can also come up here, you can search by your niche. You can, you can post stuff, and again, you don't want to be spamming stuff. If you've got a blog, post something of value, but you can come down here, you can join any of these that you like. And if weight loss is your niche, you can certainly join some of these. You can, and again, if you go into really any of these groups, now a lot of people are in here, they are posting, but if you look for a post that there's something you can comment on, if there's a thread of a conversation, again, you can be commenting on it. Now some of these groups, they're bigger. There's a lot more people just kind of putting junk in here, or if you're part of a community and they have a group over here, again, those are the best kinds of groups that you can engage with and start talking to people. And I'll show you. Let me just get back over here and see if the group is. Now, if I go in here, there's people just coming in here. Now, this is another great group, introducing themselves, asking a question, and you can also, again, if somebody's got a question, the answer, you can answer it. And there is a way on some of these groups that you can actually, if somebody's commenting and stuff, you can actually ask for them to send an email. So if you are on a thread commenting, you can get an email and you'll know that somebody made a comment. You can come back because, you don't want to, and I don't have all day to stay and be going through these groups and stuff on social media sites, talking to people and waiting to see if somebody responds, because some people are going to respond to you, some are not. So I hope you found this helpful. If you're looking for more free training, you can subscribe to my newsletter. Go ahead, click the link below, and I'll see you on the inside.